Hi, my name is Jason Wells and I'm the founder of Psion Insights. What I want to talk to you about is Psion Risk Advisor. In this first video, what I'm going to talk about is what I see as the key problems that Psion Risk Advisor can help businesses with. So I think the first main problem is that there can be limited frontline engagement. So these are the business unit managers. These are the people who are right on the front line and dealing with risks day to day as part of their job. And some of the problems that exist is that those frontline managers may have to wait for risk management expertise, and the reason being that they need to find the right person, they need to contact them, and then that risk manager is going to have time available to them to come down and help the business unit manage those specific risks. So they don't get the advice that they need straight away, and they don't get that advice when they need it, and enable the business unit to manage those risks proactively and in time to sort of reduce them. Risk managers also can be limited in number, and that means that they've got a lot of business units to cover or big parts of the business, and that means that they're spread pretty thin. Now again, that's one of those problems that means that the business doesn't get the risk management expertise and advice that it needs straight away. One aspect of this, and one of the things that limits the front line, is that risk systems often can be very complex. They're large applications with databases, and you've got to know the filters and how to extract information, and that puts a barrier to the business management in finding out exactly what the risks are, what the issues are, what are the key things that they need to do, and all of those system complexities mean that the business unit doesn't respond as quick as it would like to a particular risk. So as a result of these things, the response to risk is reactive and not necessarily proactive, and obviously that slows down the response. Another area is what I call risk black holes. Functions do not necessarily share information about risks, even though their working processes, their systems may be interacting. So one part of the business may provide services to another part of it, but that receiving party doesn't necessarily know the risks that are being managed on its behalf by the people providing those services. Data from all of those different functions and those risk types are also in silos. Data connections are not made, so you don't see the whole picture. What you see is small bits of risk, and what you can't understand is how all of those pieces, when they come together, then create quite a big problem for the business. With all of these multiple applications and databases that all have small information that help with risk, being separate systems, that means that you don't get that 360-degree view of how those risk factors interact with each other and can create real problems. One of the major ones as well is that manual work dominates. Now in this case, a lot of the work that's done, and I was in an organization where we did a time and motion study, and we looked at all the activities that risk managers do, and a lot of that was actually manual. And that kind of takes time, and it takes them away from the value add activities that they need to focus on. Some of the processes can be quite complex when they're accessing multiple databases and they're trying to pull information in from different parties, different systems, and then they need time to analyze that information and then find out what it exactly means and how it all comes together and then generates a problem, a risk, or a particular issue for the business. All in all, what this means is that all of those manual activities build in more and more time until the risk manager and the business can get to those higher value activities of identifying insights with the risks that they face. So I think those are the three main problems with risk management right now, and I believe that Psion Risk Advisor is going to help solve those. So those three problems are limited frontline engagement, risk black holes, and manual work dominates within risk management in most businesses. Thanks very much for listening. My name's Jason Wells and I'm the founder of Psion Insights. If you want to know more, then please get in touch and let's talk about how I believe Psion Risk Advisor can help you manage risks smarter going forward.